Further, as per government estimates, demand for potable water will outstrip supply in 2030 by double. 70% of India's surface water is already contaminated. Cities are severely water stressed, and droughts have become a regular phenomenon in many states. Given this scenario, who are at risk of being left behind? In the Constitution of India, vulnerable groups include those who are historically marginalized and continue to face discrimination on account of their gender, caste, class, ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, disabilities, etc. In addition, we borrow from climate change researchers to understand multidimensional vulnerability, which includes institutional, biogeophysical, and economic factors as well. Next, please. This exclusion is evidenced in the JMP data for India. The coverage rates for drinking water, sanitation, hygiene improve significantly as one moves from the poorest households to the richest households. Note the drinking water and sanitation coverage shown here is only at basic level and not safely managed. Also, please note that the data set is from 2017. Since then, in 2019, the government has declared the country open defecation free, and for drinking water has launched the Jal Jeevan Mission, which promises pipe water supply in every household. Now, if this kind of data set were unpacked further as per caste or gender, we'd uncover the reality of how deeply entrenched social structures operate in leaving people behind. To address these inequalities in access to WASH, One Drop Foundation adopts a holistic approach, which looks at the entire WASH system. The framework is called the ABC for Sustainability model, wherein the focus is on A, that is access to safe WASH services, B, which is behavior change through social art, C, which is capital, which includes support for local livelihoods to facilitate access to WASH products and services. A social art for behavior change is a people-centered approach that lies at the heart of this model. It is a participatory and evidence-based process that addresses behavioral determinants through the power of art as per the cultural preferences of the groups we work with. Next, please. As we move towards the core of the session today, we're inviting the experts to share their insights with you. People from rural Rajasthan and Bihar will share their vulnerabilities and vision of what could be done to prevent their exclusion. The next segment will give you a glimpse of how participatory approaches, such as the social art for behavior change approach, can work towards co-creating unique, inclusive, and effective WASH efforts. I now invite my colleague Sunaina to take this forward.
Thank you, Priya. I need to share my screen. Right. So staying with the spirit of the social art for behavior change approach, we organized 4 community workshops with women, men, and artists from marginalized communities to understand their vulnerabilities from their perspectives and to inform our discussions today with their suggestions. And in fact, they are joining us today online from these locations.
जो हम कोई भी काम करते हैं तो 4 चीज का आकर्षण रहना चाहिए, जिस तरह से कान, नाक, दिमाग और मेरा अंतर आत्मा जो है, तो कोनो कार्य करने से पहले उस पर दिमाग सही से लगा है।
Over 6 to 8 hours of discussions and activities were facilitated in each location by our social art partner, Mr. Ramlal Bhatt, with the support of our local teams and myself. After some icebreakers, we began with discussions on vulnerabilities and emotions experienced due to those vulnerabilities, as well as solutions that they wanted to share with all of us today at CV.
सब लोगों की तरफ से समस्याओं का क्या समस्याएं आ रही है, किस तरीके की परेशानी आ रही है, पानी को लेके, पानी की कमी को लेके आप लोगों की नजर में वो समस्याएं क्या है?
बचपन से जब से जन्म हुआ है, जब से ज्ञान हुआ है, तब ये से देख रहे हैं कि बाढ़ कैसे आता है और किस तरह से बाढ़ का समय में कष्ट को झेलना पड़ता है। हर संसाधन, जिस तरह से मानव संसाधन, यातायात संसाधन, खान पान की संसाधन, जल जमाव हो जाता है, पानी का सुविधा बहुत दिक्कत हो जाता है, इसमें असुविधा होती है, इसमें हम लोग को रहने का भी जगह में पानी जम जाता है, महिला, बच्चा और वृद्ध, उनको हमको जो पानी का जगह जहाँ भर जाते हैं वहाँ से ऊंचाई के स्थान पर ले जाने के लिए बहुत सारा समस्या झेलना पड़ता है, जो हमारे उस समय में नाव की साधन नहीं रहती है। जो कोई बीमार पड़े उसको खटिया रहता है, उसको खटिया पर सुला देते हैं और उसको ले जाता है पानी के साथ, उसको वहाँ उसके बाद अस्पताल पहुँचाया जाता है। हम लोगों को आगे तैयारी भी करना पड़ता है, चावल, आटा, गेहूँ, ये सब नहीं कुछ हो, पूरे मौसम के समय में साग सब्जी का सुखा कर ये भी रखते हैं। बाढ़ के समय में अगर सब्जी नहीं आएगा तो कैसे हम लोग भोजन करेंगे? नीमक का भी व्यवस्था करके रखना पड़ता है। शौचालय की सबसे ज्यादा परेशानी हो जाता है सर महिला की। पानी तो बहता रहता है, पुरुष लोग तो कहीं भी कर लेते हैं, जो 2-2 दिन महिला भी पैखाना भी करती है, जो ये बाढ़ की समय में दिक्कत है, खाना नहीं खाती है। जेस भैया लोग को कोई समस्या नहीं है, भाई बुरा नहीं मानिएगा। सुना जाए तो खाना नहीं तो पैखाना नहीं, अब पैखाना नहीं तो खाना नहीं, यही 2 बात खत्म ख्याल में रहता है। राशन के बारे में तो सब सोचते हैं आने के लिए, तो हम भाई राशन दे दे, बाढ़ राहत है, 2 ठो पॉलिथीन दे दे, 1 कपड़ा दे दे, उसका जीवन बीत जाएगा। लेकिन ये सोच नहीं चलता है कि उस व्यक्ति, उस परिवार ग्रसित क्या चीज से है, उसका भाव हम ग्रामीण में जाके बांटे, उसके साथ हम शेयर करें, जो कौन परिवार में क्या दुख है, कैसा बीमारी है, ये भी हमारी समाज की एक कल्चर की सोच होना।
जो तराई क्षेत्र में, ऊंचाई क्षेत्र में ज्यादा बारिश होता है, इसके कारण बाढ़ आती है। नदी के धारा कटाव के कारण कभी इस जगह पर और कभी उस जगह पर जब हम धान रुपाई करते हैं ना, तो 3-3, 4-4 बार आकर बाढ़ को प्रभावित करके खत्म कर देता है।
ऊपर जगह तो पानी लेवा गया है मां जे बेरे दूसरी आई जी जर क्या थूने पैरवो मुंह पैरवो थूने पैरवो मुंह पैरे रह जो जे यू करते करते बस होटोनी उठोनी एमे का करो जे थे होती कोई पानी व्यवस्था करो गैर मार सके के छोरो ने जिलारे नाती हमर छोरो बेनवा में लो छोरो का जिलारे ने लो ते पानी रे व्यवस्था होगा जिलारो केटा जिलारो व्यवस्था कोई है ने पानी ला जिलारो मेलवा बेनवा रोटा बेनावना भाग बेनावनु छोरो कपला दोवना के मारता के व्यवस्था करें क्या छोरो मेलो
जे बैसाख में, जेठ में सब में कुएं सूख जाता है, 6 महीना कुएं पानी दम नहीं रहता, एक ही सिर्फ कुएं है, उसमें अगर कुएं सूख जाता है तो हम दूसरा गांव में पानी लाने जाते हैं, आधा घंटा जाने में लगता है, आधा घंटा अगर भीड़ लगता है तो 1-2 घंटा लग जाता है टाइम। मेरा गांव में बहुत पहाड़ी इलाका है और चापाकल भी नहीं होती, एक चापाकल है उसमें भी पानी नहीं भरने देता कि जाओ जहाँ एक कुइया अपना भरो, जबरदस्ती से लाड़ के झगाड़ के घिघिया के पानी हम लोग लेते हैं।
टोटी भी लोग लगा देते हैं तो क्या होता है कि 1-2 घंटा पानी दिया तो उन लोगों के पास में टैंकर तो नहीं है कि मतलब टैंकर में पानी भर के रख लेंगे 1 घंटा में, वो थोड़ा बाल्टी या और छोटा घड़ा होता है उसमें वो पानी भर के रखते हैं
तो पानी जब तक रहेगा ना तब तक शरीर साफ कैसे करेगा, शरीर साफ नहीं करेगा तो जरूरी है कि हमें बीमारी होगा।
सुखा के समय में सारे खेत के तरफ जो भी घास फूस होता है वो बिल्कुल जल जाता है, हरियाली बिल्कुल खत्म हो जाती है। तो उसमें पशुओं को चारा के लिए भी थोड़ा हम लोग को बहुत ज्यादा परेशानी उठाना पड़ता है।
बोरिंग से पानी नहीं निकल पाता है।
पानी तो मिलने लगता है पीने के लिए जब बरसात दिन आता है तो, लेकिन उसमें भी समस्या बन जाता है। गंदगी संदगी पानी ऊपर से गिरा तो वो कुआं में गया, और वो है कुआं का पानी हम बरसात में पीते हैं तो नाना प्रकार का मतलब डायरिया फैलने लगता है।
सुखाड़ जो आता है वो तो गरीब अमीर कह के नहीं आता है, गरीब के यहाँ जाएंगे अमीर के यहाँ नहीं जाएंगे, तो सुखाड़ आना पूरा गाँव के लिए। लेकिन अगर सरकार वहाँ टैंकर से पानी भेजती है तो हमें अंतर ये देखने को मिलता है कि जो अमीर लोग हैं, जो मतलब अपना रुतबा वहाँ पे दिखा सकते हैं, अपना पावर दिखा सकते हैं, वो टैंकर का पानी पहले इस्तेमाल कर लेते हैं। और जो नीचे वाले तबके के लोग हैं, जो नीचे तबके के लोग हैं, वो कमजोर हो जाते हैं, तो जब तक वो पीछे ही रह जाते हैं, और जब वो पूरा पानी भर लेते हैं तब लास्ट में उनको पानी मिलता है।
तो ये ज्यादा माझी तत्व के लोग जो रहते हैं उनका, और जो आर्थिक समस्या से कमजोरी रहते हैं, किसी भी व्यक्ति है, किसी भी जात है, जात पर, तो उनका लिए बहुत परेशानियां होता है।
जनता को तो परेशानी है, मनुष्य को परेशानी तो है ही, पशु पक्षी के भी तरह तरह की परेशानी है। उसको भी तरह तरह का गंदा पानी पी रहा है, तरह तरह का रोग हो रहा है, उसको भी पानी पीने का नहीं मिल रहा है, चिड़िया लुप्त होती जा रही है। ये कैसी परेशानी है?
It is clear that multiple vulnerabilities coexist in their lives, compounded by environmental and social dispossession, which is based on class, caste, gender, disability, and even age. This is true especially with regard to WASH. Marginalized communities are seeking both immediate provisions and long-term sustainable solutions, while emphasizing on the importance of access to public resources and safeguarding them.
आपकी नजर में इन सब समस्याओं का समाधान के लिए आपके पास क्या ऐसे सुझाव हैं जो आप देना चाहते हैं, जिससे कि आपके यहाँ की परेशानियां हल हो सकती है?
जितना सड़क का निर्माण हुआ है, पुल पुलिया बना है, देखते हैं नहर की खुदाई हुई है, सब नदी के साथ छेड़छाड़ करते हैं। नदी को अपने मोड़ से नहीं बह देती है। नदी यदि अपना मोड़ से नहीं बहेगा तो अमन कौन करके करेगा? जहाँ होगा तहाँ जाएगा। जिस गाँव में पानी पहले नहीं जाता था, हम लोग के यहाँ पानी नहीं आता, पानी आता है, फसल बह जाता है।
तो हमारा गाँव है बेलवा और देवापुर के बीच में हमारा जो गांव पड़ता है उसमें बांध नहीं है, जिसकी वजह से हम लोग और तकलीफ होता है। अब वहां पर रेगुलेटर की व्यवस्था कराई जा रही है, रेगुलेटर वहां बन रहा है, यानी डैम बन रहा है, तो उसमें 2021 तक ले लगभग समाप्त करना का समय था, लेकिन अभी 2021 चल रहा है, अभी 4-5 साल के बाद नहीं बनेगा, तब तक हम लोग का समस्या यही रहेगा। तो ग्राम पंचायत का नेतृत्व करते हैं वो भी देखने नहीं जाता है, तो बनाव का स्तर पे वीडियो ये लोग भी नहीं देखने जाता है, जब बाढ़ खत्म हो जाता है तब जाता है।
सरकार जो ये करे मनरेगा के तहत तो आहार पैन पोखर का खोदाव करे, पानी का ठहराव करे, चेक डैम बनाए, यही ये सब काम करके मतलब सुखाड़ से मुक्ति पा सके हम लोग।
ऊंची जगह शौचालय बनाते हैं ताकि हम लोग को शौचालय भी ऊंची जगह पर होनी चाहिए, और ट्यूबवेल भी जैसे कि कॉल भी आपको ऊंची जगह पर हो जाना चाहिए, ताकि हमको वहाँ पर पानी भी आ जाए, पूरा भर जाए, तो साफ पानी मिलता है।
जो हम लोगों में एकता में जो कमी है, हम लोगों में जागरूकता का कमी है, तो वो 100 घर के हैं, 200 घर के हैं, जो हम लोग एकता बन के कुछ सोच सकते हैं पानी का ठहराव बनाने के लिए।
Social art is premised on building participation and action through art. It involves communities in the creation of art. It is developed in tune with the local cultures and languages. The discussions at the workshops informed participatory art-based resource mapping and emotional mapping on long spreads of cloth with paints on which, on one hand, provided opportunities to all participants to express themselves, as well as observe common threads emerge and connect everyone.
तो सभी लोग जिन्होंने अपनी परेशानियां बोली है वो सब इस रंग से वो परेशानियों के चित्र बनाएंगे।
ऐसा लगा बस।
क्या बनाया था आपने?
100 ग्राम बनाना।
चापाकल, जो चापाकल है इसका बम्मा का लंबाई जो गहराई है ना 40 से 50 फीट। और इसको सरकार द्वारा चाहे कोई संस्था द्वारा चापाकल को 200 फीट से लेकर 300 फीट अगर नीचे किया जाए तो पानी स्वच्छ मिलेगा।
इसमें आदमी जाता है नारियल का डोरी में डूब जाता है और टीका लेने के लिए टीका का चित्र है। ये सफाई करती हुई महिला है। ये जो है तटबंध पूरा है, बगल में शौचालय है, पानी है, 10 फीट नीचे से पानी है और चापाकल सुरक्षित है, शौचालय सुरक्षित है, घर में पानी है, फिर उनका घर भी बचा हुआ है। खुले में शौच करना
और ये जन है आज महिला और एक कुआं है। पक्की रास्ता जो है जो दूरी है गांव में नहीं है, तो ये जानवर हरा भरा घास खोजने चल रहा है ताकि उसको मिला नहीं।
Regional folk singers, storytellers, painters, theatre artists, and musicians who participated in these workshops then co-created art-based performances based on the discussions, activating forum theatre and interactions that involved the community participants in improving, acting, and engaging in debate in the performances.
मोहनी मछली के इस्तेमाल से पूरा 14 से 2 दिन के कुल छीन गई। भैया हम तो 12 बरस के बाद आए हैं अपने सिंघिया भरौरा में और ये पूरे बार से सिंघिया भरौरा डूबा हुआ है। बताओ कि क्या प्रॉब्लम ये भाई ना बाढ़ आया था, अपना गांव के दहा के लेके गया। दादा पानी के बाढ़ के करके कौन कौन समस्या उत्पत्ति है से हमको बताइए।
जल बिन तरसे जैसे मछलियां उसी तरस जाई कुल नर नरिया, यानी उसमें मेल फीमेल दोनों आ रहे हैं
ना। आई तो अपन घर द्वार से रहते पानी और भीड़ लगा रहा ना ना हटावा ना हटावा तो ऐसे तो अपन घर द्वार से रहते देखा तो कितना गंदा है
और सारा छत के पानी जो इसमें गिरा सकते हैं तो पानी इकट्ठा होकर के बहुत काफी दिन तक पानी कामयाब हो सकता है।
जब हम कुआं बन के दिखाए तो अच्छा लगा, लेकिन सूखा पर जो बहुत अच्छा नहीं लगा। महिला की खास करके समस्या झेलने पड़ते हैं कुएं से, चापाकल से, अधमंग लोगों से। हम लोग नाटक के माध्यम से भी सीख भी रहे हैं। मुझे भी सही नहीं लगा, ऐसा करना नहीं चाहिए किसी इंसान से, और मैं क्षमा चाहता हूँ कि मैंने ऐसे ही प्रॉब्लम किया। छोटे जाते तो
सबद हो पाई ये पानी बिन जीव प्राण नाई पानी पर हत सबद हो पाई पानी बिन प्राण जीव नाई
आज मैं कभी पहले बिच्छू नहीं बना लेकिन आज बिच्छू बन के मैंने भी
बताया कुआं बना के और महिला पानी निकालती हुई और झगड़ा करती हुई ऐसा हमने करके बताया।
Thank you, and over to Arpita.
Sorry, my system has some problem. Thank you so much, Sunena. And before we move on to our next session, we have a small discussion which we would like to have, and we would like to know what our audience thinks in terms of what we saw for now. Can I request to move to the next slide? We have 2 questions coming up on your slide, on your screens, which talks about the social art exercises which we did with the local groups over there. What do you think? What was your feeling when you saw how local groups participated? It's a simple word cloud. If you can see, I have pasted the link where you can directly go and enter the code, which is enter the numeric code, which is presented right after the link. You can present your views in the form of words, so that these words are actually your feelings, which you feel when you see the participation of the community and everyone coming together for this social art for behavior change. We can see quite a lot of words coming up, floating around. We feel empowered. Yes, absolutely. It's an empowering exercise. And it also makes us feel empowered as well, knowing that we are able to contribute and we are able to work so closely with all of them. Then there is a creative, absolutely true, very, very creative way of doing everything, inspiring as well, a replicable model. We feel happy, absolutely, so many smiling faces. We feel powerful. Yes, the power of community, feel motivated, communities coming together and feeling motivated to work for social art. Then it's diverse, yes, diverse and inclusive at the same time, where we try to put in together the last mile population as well. Upset, we don't listen. Yeah, that's a nice one. That's very different from what we have been getting. Resilient, yes, of course. Strong, hopeful, absolutely, very, very hopeful that we will be able to utilize social art for behavior change in a much better way. Feel free, we feel honest, we feel breaking the social norms. Yes, that's an interesting one as well. Assertive, we build the capacities of the community, capacity building, powerful. Dissemination, yes, of course, dissemination of messages using social art exercises in the community. Thank you so much. Please keep on putting in your words, your thoughts, your feelings. We move on to the next question, which is, what is your key takeaway from this community interaction which just happened, which we just witnessed in the video? What is your key takeaway from the community interaction which happened? Do you think that there were situations where the community did not participate or didn't have the motivate, they didn't feel motivated to be a part of this discussion? Please keep sending your feelings and your thoughts to us through the Mentimeter. I don't see any responses coming in. Participation, yes, of course, a huge participation from the community, and participation in terms of not only the community, but also service providers who are there as a part of the service delivery. Then we have a feedback mechanism. Yes, that is strongly there is a strong inbuilt feedback mechanism. And I can see inclusion. Yes, of course, inclusion. The engagement is very. The words are just floating around. Create a common language. Yes, social art for behavior change definitely helped us to create a common language to interact with the community and pass on the message. More interactions built on the local power. Yes, local power, empowering the service providers as well as the community, and creating natural leaders within the community as well. Listen, commitment, support local initiatives. Social art for behavior change, also give them a voice. Yes, very correct. We should center people. Absolutely, all our work which we do as development practitioners should be around people and around communities. So yes, commitment. The community committed for a cause, which is in its own way a huge achievement, because together we can only develop when we know. When we don't decide on behalf of someone and we see community participation coming in. Rights, yes, absolutely rights, realizing their rights, understanding their rights, demanding their rights. Basic water rights, yes, basic water rights, basic wash rights, to be largely correct. Caste, class dynamics. Yes, it's sad, but these type of challenges do exist, and social art for behavior change can be used as a very strong medium for all of us to to bring in community participation and to give out a very strong message and demand for wash rights. So I think we had quite a few suggestions and thoughts coming in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your participation. Please keep, even if the session is over, we can still keep writing in our thoughts. Like I mentioned previously, please use the chat box to write in your questions. You have any suggestions, any of your thoughts and feelings during the sessions which are going on. Moving on with this, may I request Priya to take it from here?
Thank you so much, Arpita. Thank you so much. And it's so wonderful to see the participants' responses. I'm just feeling so enthused. Really, thank you so much for all your responses. Your responses to the vision that has been shared by the people is just really it's really heartening. And now let's develop further on this vision. And we'll do this with our panelists who are present here with us today. So we have with us for the discussion Safdar Ali from Water for People. We have Farooq Khan from WaterAid India. We have Pankaj Bapnoy from Center for Microfinance, and Sunena Vadhavan from One Drop Foundation. So to begin with, we'll begin with the question for Safdar and Pankaj. So it is very clear from the video that we've just viewed that inequalities need to be tackled head-on to prevent vulnerable groups from being left behind. Pankaj and Safdar, if you could share that in your work, how have you gone about tackling systemic inequalities? And also, if you can reflect a little bit on participatory processes such as social art for behavior change that have helped in addressing these inequalities, it would be great. Go ahead. We'll begin with Safdar, please.
Thank you, Priya. This video was quite interesting, and I have seen few participants from Shivhar district as well, where Water for People work. The Water for People work in Shivhar for the sustainability of wash behavior. So as you've seen in picture, that Shivhar is one of the flood affected district and one of the smallest district of Bihar as well. So Shivhar used to be, disturbed for about 3 to 5 months due to flood. Roads, bridges, and communication usually disturbed during the flood periods. People faces problem in accessing basic health facilities. Schools and colleges are closed during the floods. Interestingly, Shivhar district is bounded by 2 dams, which are generally breaks every year, and hundreds of villages got affected. farmers would cultivate only one crop during the year, and that is one of the main reasons of poverty among the farmers. And the main reason for vulnerability and inequalities in Shivhar community is, floods, caste, which were prevalent in that video as well, and the community members were discussing around that. Gender was also one of the reasons, and poverty, yes, poverty was also one of the reasons. Next slide, please. So, Water for People is having an approach called Everyone Forever. So that believes that we should reach every community members, every households, every schools, every health facilities. So without tackling vulnerable groups, it's not possible to reach our desired objectives of sustainable wash in Shivhar. So that's why if you see that there is caste-based, vulnerability and inequalities in Shivhar community, where Dalits are marginalized, and one of the women was talking about that in video, that upper caste people take water first, and then lower caste people get the water. So in that case, when we plan our activity, we try to get those villages where scheduled caste, scheduled tribes population are there. So we select those villages, and in that village also we select those pockets for our performances, for our activities, where Dalits population are in higher side. For the gender inclusion, we have water user committees. So for every water point, we form water user committees. So in water user committee, we try to include women in adequate number, and we have a farmers club at the community level to encourage farmers for adopting wash behaviors. So in farmers clubs also we try to include women for their participation. In Bihar, women are not known as farmers, but with our efforts in Shivhar, almost 30 to 40% women are farming themselves, and also participating in farmers clubs. Next slide, please. So, Water for People believes that tackling vulnerability and inequalities, we have to make a strategy from the beginning itself. So whenever we design any infrastructure, then we include all those vulnerable groups. So if you see that toilets, separate toilets for girls and boys, we give it to in the schools. We have ramps for the differently abled people in primary health centers and schools as well. We have MHM facilities as the school, because a lot of women adolescents drop out from the school due to unavailability of toilets and MHM facility. And we co-create with the women of villages. And since Shivhar is flood affected area, so whenever we install any water point, then we install high raised platform water points, so that during the floods also community can get water. Next, please. Since we use social art for behavior change, we co-create activities with our community artists, frontline workers, to ensure their participation, get the local insights of the problem, and seek solution with local resources itself. So whatever resources are available in that community, we encourage to use those resources. So for example, usually people get artists from different districts and different state as well, but we encourage daily wages and local laborers of the same community to participate in our participatory process, to get to know about the nuances of theater, and then make a group and work for sustainable wash in Shivhar, and we train those people. We have recently concluded a storytelling workshop where 17 kinds of story we got from the Shiva itself. And one of the story was Natua Dayal, local hero. So we adopted that story, and that Natua Dayal is also from the marginalized community, Sahni community. Sahni is a marginalized community in Bihar. So we try to include, vulnerable groups in our art, in our design, in our interventions and all the activities. And also social art, as Priya was also mentioning, that social art is a process. So social art stimulates creativity and encourage participation. For that participation, we have adopted quiz for every activity. That after the completion of activities, we organize quiz so that women, children, and vulnerable groups who are not getting a space to share their experience, share their problems, they can share. We encourage debate during our programs. We have feedback mechanism, and we try to demonstrate the problems of the community. Demonstration during the shows. So if there is hand washing, so that hand washing will be demonstrated with the help of community during the shows. So as we see that in the workshop, committee members, artists were painting their problem and sharing ways how to deal those problems. That was really a creative process. So we believe that process is important rather than product. So process becomes, product afterwards, but we follow the systematic process so that people include all the vulnerable groups are adequately included in board. So thank you very much, I think, from the
Thank you, Safdar. Pankaj, please present your thoughts.
Yes, Raisa, please hold the presentation first. I will. If I refer to the workshop video, which was showed to us and which we all saw, so community express themselves about the inequalities which they face, and quoting several examples. So the example quoted by one of the women was that at the time of extreme water scarcity, when government was supplying water through tankers, it was the rich who were getting the water on priority, and the poor were the ones who were left behind or were getting the water at the last. Another woman from a different village was saying that no food, no toilet, and it's the women who are suffering the most for not having toilet at home. And when we saw within that video only, when we saw one of the performance from Rajasthan, that how community women were fighting among themselves for while standing in a queue to fetch water, and another woman listing out the drudgeries which they face, listing out her daily schedule, and how overworked she feel at time. So when I relate all these work with the work which Center for Microfinance has done and is continuing to do in the WASH theme for the last 5 years, is that there has been there is a constant observation that dominant community has been pulling the resources, historically has been pulling the resources to their families and to their families or the localities, and it's the vulnerable community who are being left behind. So that is the case for Rajasthan also. So while designing the program, how to address these vulnerabilities, that question came at the time of design of this WASH program only. So we consciously defined these vulnerable groups at the time of design of the program. So who were they? They were the indigenous people. In our context, they were Gracia and Bhil tribe from Rajasthan, and living in remotest of habitations. So these inequalities were addressed at the time of selection of community and the selection of villages at that time. But this was not sufficient. The next step was that even in these remote habitations, there was another form of inequality. So there were groups which were more vulnerable, and there were groups which were politically more connected and over a longer period of time. So these so the inequalities were there also. So at the time of at the time of execution of the program, while we formed the water user committees, a proportionate representation for gender wise, caste wise, or locality wise, that was incorporated into the design at that time also. And we consciously decided to work with pre-existing self-help groups there for to progress into the program. So coming to the next question, the process which was adopted in SABC and how it was ensured to be inclusive of all people. So while designing the campaign for social art for behavior change, an integrated process was followed, which I'll try to explain through this slide, which is presented in your screen. Presented in a scheme. So the start was this multidisciplinary show, which was aimed to inspire community to initiate the communication around the topic, and not particularly targeted to a specific group of people or a specific behavior. It was just to initiate the communication. This was followed with a more focused thematic shows that were focused on a smaller settings and with the specific priority groups to trigger the behavior, to trigger the community towards the adoption of that behavior. So these shows were then followed up with meeting with women self-help groups, community, and even meeting the community in the night camps. So that these stories which were told in the group, they were able to relate to these stories, and while continuing the discussion further, they were able to tell that these even if we are willing to change, there is a constant barrier, constant hurdle that is presented to us, such as water scarcity was one of that. Upfront cash contribution was not available to initiate the construction. A lack of knowledge, or the local masons are not knowing how to build a toilet that is suited to the local context. So in the through those discussions, which were through those reflections from the community, these credit facilities for through SSGs and federation were made available to initiate the construction of toilet. The local masons were trained on twin pit technology and were also incentivized in promotion of this activity. Then the supply chain of construction material was ensured through women self-help groups and federation, through the doorstep delivery to the member who are remotely located. And finally, the women, we were able to achieve the target, which was to construct a toilet, and the community was able to use the toilet and also avail the water facilities there. In this way, I will conclude that SABC were not a standalone process, but integrated with performances of local artists, which was designed based on the local context and with participation of the community, and followed with discussion on issues with the communities, and then resolving the issues in a participatory manner. So this is how we implemented this SABC process in our program. Thank you, Priya.
Thank you so much, Pankaj. Pankaj and Safdar, as you've seen, have added substantially to the views that were presented earlier from the two diverse locations. And both these locations have very different geographical conditions, demography, and wash-related issues. So thank you so much for your insights, and especially your thoughts on how vulnerable groups are central to the work that you carry out. Now, going forward, I invite Farokh and Sunaina to reflect on what are some of the challenges one faces in carrying out participatory processes. In fact, some of it came out in the Mentimeter that we did in the word cloud also, that it is a difficult process. It is a long drawn process. So some of that we will reflect on with Farokh and Sunaina. And I also request both of them to indicate what are the other ingredients that are required for inclusion. Does it suffice to work only at the individual level on behaviors, or do we need a wider lens to take into account context and policies? So I request Farokh to please share his thoughts first.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
So thanks, Priya. As you might have noticed from the video itself, that participatory process and community engagement processes are requires time and human resource quite a bit, and this becomes a kind of challenge to complete the process in a shorter span of time. These are resource intensive, time consuming, but yes, very powerful and very critical. So this is what I would say in terms of challenge to ensure community participation or participation of especially for excluded communities. On the other hand, regarding engaging social artists and performers for behavior change processes and vulnerabilities, in fact, yeah, one is their participation. Their work is not very remunerative, so they actually work for livelihood for other purposes also, and that's why wherever we work, in fact, in vulnerable areas like Gaya, Madhubani, people do migrate to other cities for livelihood options. And this becomes a challenge to engage, identify local folk artists and performers for behavior change aspect. This situation has been further aggravated because of the pandemic that we have been facing for the last 1 year. Social art and community processes require intensive human interaction and face-to-face conversation with communities and working with communities. Pandemic did actually pose this challenge and limited this human interaction, not just for a current perspective, but it seems it will be a new normal to have limited interaction and in years to come. This is again a very big challenge. Of course, digital and virtual platform provided an opportunity to continue our engagement and interaction with communities, reinforce messages. But again, the current digital divide, especially in rural areas and also in the context of especially if we see with the gender perspective, there is limited internet connectivity in rural areas. Still around 40% people use internet in rural India. This divide becomes more prominent in when we see our focus groups like women and children. They have further limitation having access to a smartphone or mobile technology. So this is another limitation that we see. Another question that you have posed regarding what are the other ingredients or other dimensions to work on addressing vulnerabilities and inequalities. Yes, direct community interventions, working with communities would not suffice unless we actually work on larger dimensions with policymakers, with local government and other influencers and communities beyond the vulnerable. So preconditions are, of course, one is recognition and realization by other actors, government, panchayats, and local government, that there are certain communities which are vulnerable, which are excluded. And this realization is critical to have informed planning and decision. Second is, of course, participation of vulnerable communities in articulating their problems in planning process, in implementation and management to continue the processes. Also important is support from policy for enabling environment and sustained financing and critical engagement from the government. So these are a few points I wanted to highlight. Over to you, Priya. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Farooq. Sunaina, please come in to share your thoughts.
Thank you, everyone. Our colleagues have shared a lot of the insights and challenges, but I'd like to go back to something that Nirmala ji from Gaya said in one of our workshops. He said, "Sochte hain par ho nahi pata hai." We think about it, but we're not able to act accordingly. So imagine not being able to act for your own good. Do people actually have the choice and the agency to act independently for behavior change? Access to resources, including social access, needs to be addressed. Social norms cannot be undermined. Social norms like caste and gender are rooted in history and culture and are hard to change over a short period of time. These two need a systems approach, which we've been speaking of, where the burden of behavior change doesn't fall on the communities being oppressed by social norms. These social norms can also be invisible, and maybe therefore social art offers us a way to address them, as we've seen in our workshops. This brings me to the other challenge, which is lack of synergy within and among stakeholders. This includes NGOs, government agencies and their programs, and the media. They do not only send out repeated messages, but often there are messages that are not responsive to the context in which people have to act. Telling people the benefits of a healthy behavior is not enough. They are often telling people, persuading people, and do not enable processes that allow people to act with agency. We need to listen. We need to think along with them and focus on how practicing a healthy behavior can be made easier for them at each step. Get to the drivers and barriers of their lives. This cannot be possible if we rely on incomplete information or assumptions. And this is the next challenge I want to talk about, that any SABC intervention requires to be tuned into the context of the priority groups. For example, if we do not acknowledge how COVID or the floods and loss of livelihoods has affected the capacities to adopt healthy behaviors, or if we assume that people do not want to practice a behavior, our messaging can be totally misplaced and lead to a sense of alienation for our audiences. We cannot also assume that we are addressing a homogeneous group, which is why we believe in constantly updating our design for behavior change, which we call the DBC, and adapting our interventions accordingly to make them more responsive and encourage constructive dialogue. It helps us ensure that people remain at the center of our work. And for us, it is a forever evolving process. And to do all this, time, which is an important determinant for any behavior change, is also an important determinant for our processes. And when these are compounded by social norms, it can take longer, but we must keep persisting on our efforts and enable these participatory processes. And finally, because we work with artists and marginalized artists, I think the capacity building of marginalized artists and working with them to build a deeper understanding of behavior change based on perceptions, drivers, and barriers of behavior change itself is more important. Also to remember that they too face social and environmental vulnerabilities, and that we need to be sensitive towards that while planning any work with them. For example, ensuring women artists to be able to participate, which includes addressing their concerns of safety, travel, exposure, and so on. So I think when it comes to working with social artists, if there is a will, there is a way. And just to quickly come on some of the suggestions from our work, how we try and address these challenges. One is, of course, we rely on the IBM WASH framework to guide us in arriving at a systems approach and understanding the contextual, psychosocial, and technological factors more accurately. That inform not only us at the individual to the community level, but also help us understand the entire system of behavior change. We also refer to the trans-theoretical model of social change, which was developed by Prochaska and Di Clemente, to explain behavior change to communities and marginalized artists, but also it helps us to bring in and address factors like environmental vulnerabilities, social vulnerabilities, which often go unseen or are invisibilized. Finally, like Farooq said, I would say technology, as COVID has shown us, can help us, but we must not leave interpersonal communication behind just for the sake of technology and connecting with people. So thank you, and we hope to connect later.
Thank you so much, Sunaina. Thank you, Farooq and Sunaina, for your insights on the need for a holistic systems approach in the sector in addressing WASH concerns that community members have shared with us. So now, as we come to the conclusion of this session, let me recall a crucial suggestion that came from Madhubani. Our friend Chandralekha ji from Madhubani, she demanded a change in our approach, especially in the context of relief work that is carried out in Madhubani at the time of floods. So instead of simply handing packets of food, clothes, and plastic sheets, she suggests and she recommends that we engage with the affected households to understand what they need over the long term, instead of it being just relief oriented. So allow me to extrapolate this to our efforts in WASH across the board. And I share with you One Drop Foundation's call to action for this World Water Week and in fact beyond the World Water Week. We echo Chandralekha ji's demand when we say our call to action is to activate people-centric processes and to co-create enabling environments to support sustainable behavior change and resilient WASH systems. Thank you, CV, for this opportunity to share our vision and our approach. If we have about a minute left, if there are any questions, from the audience, any comments that anybody wants to share, please feel free to share with us. We also, as we shared, we also have community members who have joined us. Some of them you also saw in the video. They do want to very quickly share a few points. If Prabhat, if you would like to ask Nagendra ji to share his view very quickly. We have just 1 minute and we can quickly translate also. आप जरूर उनको बोलेगा कि 1 मिनट ही है.
नमस्कार. बोलिए. शिवहर जिला के पिपरारी प्रखंड के बेलवा नरकटिया निवासी, हमारे यहाँ बाढ़ से बहुत क्षतिग्रस्त होता है और आवागमन में असुविधा है, पानी का असुविधा है, शौच करने का असुविधा है, बहुत ऐसा प्रॉब्लम है.
So Nagendra ji has just Dhanyavad Nagendra ji. Very quickly, what he has shared is that he's from a flood-prone area from Shivhar, and they are facing huge problems, some of which you already heard about in the video. And he wanted to reiterate that they've been facing this for several years, and they need help in their areas to be able to lead normal lives. So that is what he was sharing. In case anybody would like to share anything, please go ahead. Otherwise, we're really sorry we have to wrap up now. Thank you so much for your participation. It has been absolutely wonderful to hear from all of you. Thank you.
To everyone.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste.
Thank you, everyone.
धन्यवाद. अभी सेशन माफ कीजिएगा, लेकिन सेशन अभी खत्म हो गया है, तो अभी हम आगे नहीं. जी.
हम संपर्क में रहेंगे लेकिन।
We can continue here for about 5 minutes if they want to say anything or if they want to respond.
Right. Okay. So, आप में से कौन अभी बात कर रहे थे?
हेमाराम जी।
हेमाराम जी, बोलिए हेमाराम जी, अभी हमारे पास है 5 मिनट है, बताइए।
हाँ मैं बोलो, ये हमारी बहनों ये अभी पुराना चर्च सेंटर में अभी बैठे थे, हमारे क्या जुड़ नहीं पाए थे, लेट जुड़ पाए थे, तो ये 2 शब्द कहने सारे हैं।
पहली बार ग्रुप बनाते तो पहली बार ले रख देते कार्य करते रखते ने मैं चित्रा भी पिज़्ज़ा मैं मेड़ दे दो ये मैं वे बेहतर ऊपर लिखवानी है कि तुम मेड़ दे उसके बाद हमारा मम्मा एक स्थिति उन्हां बस में पेड़वा बीजो है ये रास्ता बीजा कुछ नहीं 2 किलोमीटर दूर जाता है, तो बगल में ये रकम मिलता है, इसलिए चढ़ता है बढ़ता गिरता है।
और मैम ये बदी भाई ने बताया कि हमारे उस दिन 13 तारीख को कार्यक्रम हुआ था, तो उसमें इन लोगों ने भाग लिया था बहनों ने, तो ये बता रही है कि हमारे जो के माध्यम से बार हमने बनाए तो और जो हमारी थी वो पूरी हमारी उस पर हमने बताया, तो और कलाकार के माध्यम
So I think Pankaj might be able to help us, but as far as I understand, because this is a challenge we face in terms of internet connectivity, I think what Hemaram ji was also sharing and translating was that the women were sharing that they participated in the community workshops which were held for this CV conference, and that they themselves depicted and painted, I think for the first time, some of them, they said that they were painting and expressing themselves and showing their problems, and that the artists could also work with their problems and connected with them.
Yes, Sunana, exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you. Unfortunately, we do have to wrap up now. We have time constraints, but thank you everyone for joining. And आप सब जो राजस्थान, शिवहर, गया, मधुबनी से जुड़े हैं, हम आपके साथ संपर्क में रहेंगे और आगे भी बात हमारी चलती रहेगी। धन्यवाद। Thank you. Bye everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, and please put your comments in the Passable chat. We'd love to hear from you.